No, I'm not.
Turn it on back there too.
Oh, my goodness. What you got it now?
Gotta hit that one too.
Well, I
Both
could've
of
done
them? Both of them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll say
We might
action
be
when
sending
we're ready
it
to
to
go.
Rush January
Yeah.
13th, 2025.
I say can't hurt nothing.
Can't hurt, he said send it to us.
Okay, action. Happy New Year, everybody. I'd like to go on call the 911 board meeting to order, and if Mr. Guthrie will call the roll, we'll see what happens after that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Anderson.
Here.
Mr. McInnes.
Here.
Mr. Baird.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Mayor Isbell. Ms. Templeton.
Here.
Mr. Harbsmeyer.
Here.
Mr. Wright.
Here.
Okay, you got a quorum, sir.
Thank you, Mike. We all got our agenda here.
Here's Mayor coming in
Oh,
here.
here's the mayor coming in right now.
Coming in on two wheels, I apologize.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve the agenda, second. Thank you, Terry. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, thank you. Citizens or delegations present, I don't see anybody, so we'll move on. All right, the minutes were sent to us earlier. Do I hear a motion for approval of the minutes?
Make a motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Archie. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All righty. So, time for the financial report.
Okay, you've got your sheets. One is your disbursements out of each account, and the other is the balance sheet. And our safe checking account has $5,071,959.22. IP account has $837,394, making a total of $5,596,039.77. And it looks like that we're on schedule with everything.
Thank you, Carolyn. Anybody have any questions? Hear a motion for approval of the financial report?
Second.
Thank you. Thank you, Archie. Thank you, Ben. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Mr. Mayor?
The only report I have is that tonight, Committee on Committees will be interviewing, I guess, for approval, three of you. Was it Jimmy, Paul, and Art Chevley for reappointment? So if you want to be here for that, you're welcome to. Otherwise, hopefully they'll vote for positive, and then we'll take the commission next week.
Okay,
That's the end of my report.
thank you. ECD Director's Report.
Yes, sir. All right. We had 85 incidents or 85 tickets created since November the 12th, our last meeting. TCB update, the TCB had a committee for the funding allocation meeting. I think they had that right before Christmas, and they were going to have another one last week, but that was postponed. In essence, they're looking to raise the 911 surcharge rate to $1.86, and they came to that. It's 36 cents more than what it is today. They came to that because that's what Alabama had in February, but then Alabama raised theirs to $2.23. So that's I don't know of any other reason why they selected that, but they did mention Alabama did have theirs at $1.86. This would generate about $36 million of revenue, and what was proposed initially is that they would split that three ways. Percentage would go to co-location or consolidated dispatch or consolidated districts. Another portion, about 15%, would go towards enterprise solutions, technology, basically like the ECATs and rapid deploy that the state pays for us to have today at no extra charge. And the remaining 75% would go towards the districts, and it would be spread based on your percentage that each district gets. So currently we're at 1.742%, I believe, so that would net us somewhere around $460,000 if that increase was made, if the legislature approved it, if there were rule changes that were made within the TECB. But again, nothing has been set in stone. Those were just the preliminary discussions that were had before Christmas. And again, they're supposed to meet here in the next week or two and have some more discussions. Nothing else though on the from the TECB.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Memory serves me right. Wasn't there a non-commercial and a commercial fee at one point separated? Is this fee for all lines, or is it commercial? Because it used to be, I thought, a different amount.
I can't answer that.
Well, when it first started, you had your business phones.
Yeah, and then the private
Resident phones.
non-business.
Yeah, that was when we first started, but.
I didn't know if that-
We always had ours at 45 cents when we started.
Yeah.
Both.
I didn't know if they consolidated that, there's just one standard now for all lines, or there's a commercial and non-commercial, but that's more of a curiosity thing, or if they're increasing in commercial as well. But
Yeah, the only discussions I've ever heard is just the increase of 36 cents, or we're at $1.50, and part of that surcharge, and part of it is
Gotcha.
the original base funding amount. So I've not heard anybody specifically talk about commercial versus non-commercial.
okay,
Yes,
that's
sir.
just, all right, thank you.
Yes, sir. But I'll listen for that or ask a few questions and see if anybody says anything about that, so. The caliber projects, we've had the first round of, actually the round of CAT admin training, the first round of RMS admin training, and the mobile admin training. Everything went well. We have our second round of RMS admin training the first week of February. And from what I'm gathering from everybody, either the law and fire side or from people like Amy who have lived through the glorious time of building a CAD before, this has been far easier than any other build that has occurred. The information that we're getting from Caliber is always on point and no issues there. So everything does seem to be moving very well as far as the Caliber project. Getting around to the RMS admin trainings the first week of February. We started out with the big three, the Sheriff's Office, Hendersonville, and Gallatin. We did them, and then we knew that they were going to have some questions, or they would see things that maybe other smaller agencies might not see. So got them through, and then Gouldsville, Portland, Millersville, and Westmoreland, and the Drug Task Force will come in February. And Caliber is also working with existing vendors for our interfaces. There was a request to talk about a few things during my report, one of which is the RIT channel. The RIT is the Rapid Intervention Team channel. Basically, the man-down button on a portable radio. When we went digital, the notes were programmed for the law side, but for whatever reason, they weren't programmed for the fire side. So the orange button here, if you get in trouble, you hit the orange button, and it'll send out a distress signal. Alerts all the consoles within the ECC that this particular radio has been activated and there's some sort of an emergency, unless somebody hits it by
And you
accident.
will know it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you will know it.
For sure.
And it locks the mic open.
Sir,
It locks the mic open.
Yes.
I think
so.
we tested that, and we test that. Does it lock the mic open or not? Yeah.
No.
It may have that technology, but the setting is not,
You like it open.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
It has the
set that way.
capability, but whether it's turned on or off.
Correct.
And you
yes,
can do it for
yeah.
like a 10-second duration and it shuts off. That way you can still communicate after the fact.
Right.
But
So the RIT is primarily designed for the fire service. And guys, correct me if I say anything incorrect here. But if a firefighter was to be involved in a Mayday situation, or they're hit a hot scene and it's there's some hostage event or something like that, they can hit their button and it takes them to a RIT channel. It's a separate channel where they go to, and then the RIT team who's going to go in there and rescue the downed firefighter will also go to that channel, and they'll be able to communicate there. There was a cost associated with it, though. The price that was quoted by Communications International was about $64,000, and that was in July. That includes reprogramming of all the fire department portables, that's career departments, all of the volunteer agencies, but that also requires us to have a separate radio for that dedicated channel at the ECC. Well, of course, being an important channel like that, you'd want one at your DR site too, so we need two radios. So that's where the cost of $64,000 was quoted by Communications International. That was kicked around among the cities at one of the executive committee meetings. Mayor Callis brought that up and read something that his fire chief had talked about, or had basically explained the RIT channel, the need for it. And it comes down to the funding. A lot of the volunteer fire departments, they don't have the money to substantiate this. One method of paying for this was you break it up by the number of radios that are issued to each department. Well, again, that costs the volunteer agencies. Could have the city departments, the career departments, maybe assume the cost of that, but I don't believe that went anywhere either. So the RIT channel discussion hasn't gone any further in the ISO committee. Hasn't gone before any other committee that I'm aware of, so that's where we're standing now, is it cost $64,000, or it as of July, and nothing's moved forward with it. Radio maintenance was also requested to be discussed. So each agency that uses the new digital system since what, 2019-ish, 2018, somewhere in there, they pay the maintenance based on the number of radios that are assigned to that agency, and it's all managed by EMA. So if Gallatin Police Department has 50 radios, then they figure up that amount that Gallatin Police Department owes. They write a check to the county, and that's it. So, but that's all managed by EMA. The ECC has nothing to do with it. The ECC also pays for radio maintenance. So this year we're scheduled to pay $10,802 for the 87 radios that we have assigned to the ECC. So volunteer fire departments are in the same boat. I'm not sure if anything's been worked out with the county commission where.
And that's what was brought up. The county commission had been paying that either through EMA or through the department for the money that they give to each county fire department.
I see. Yeah, it's budgeted in the ECC's funds also every year to pay for that radio maintenance. So, and then the caliber fees for the agencies. So as of today with Central Square, a lot of agencies are paying very little. Some might not even be paying anything. Your larger agencies who have mobile and RMS, yes, they're paying maintenance fees toward Central Square for those. The volunteer fire departments, I don't think they're paying anything for any maintenance for CAD today. They have the CAD Inform browser, which is basically a read-only version of CAD where they can see calls on there. I think they can see all fire calls and maybe EMS calls as well.
No,
they don't see any law calls.
If they're fire department, they can only see fire department.
Okay, gotcha. Now with the new CAD and RMS system, they do have the option of buying subscriptions for either WebCAD or Pocket Rescue. WebCAD is similar to what they have today. It's a version of CAD where they can see on one device out in the field, whether that's a laptop, their cell phone, or whatever. Some departments have opted to just have one license for a desktop that's going to go in their station where they can see all the calls all the time. Pocket Rescue, they can have an app on their phone, and it's interactive. They can check on scene, they can check en route, they can clear a scene, they can even add CAD notes, all from their tablet or their smartphone. But again, that does come with a price. So there are subscription fees that are due that will be paid. The maintenance fees will be paid directly to Caliber. You guys approved us for up to $1.5 million to pay for the package itself, the implementation. We're paying for that based on what the departments asked for in the beginning. The fees for the volunteer fire agencies, again, based on what they asked for, range anywhere from $131 a year to $2,200 a year. So if you get, like some agencies got, 50-ish Pocket Rescue licenses, so they're probably at the top tier there. One agency only got like 5 or 6 licenses, so they're down to $131. So, now these subscriptions, they do provide a better product. Again, what they have today is a read-only, and you can't do anything with it. If you want Pocket Rescue, then you can do a lot more with it. Again, you can add notes, you can check yourself en route, check yourself off scene, clear the scene, whatever. Also comes with more accountability, and I don't want to get off into the weeds with that. But these licenses are device specific, meaning you buy a license, that device or that license is assigned to whatever device you give us the serial number for, so we can put that in CAD, and that's it. Whereas the Inform browser, if Ben says, hey, I forgot my username and password, Mike, can I borrow yours? I can give him my username and password, and he can log into 10 devices using my username and password. So there's really, there's no ability to audit, or limited ability to audit things like that. So this does give us more accountability and more ability to audit records, so, which in our business is pretty important. So, any questions on Caliber, the fees there? All right, no old business, Mr. Chairman. We're down to the new business.
All right, thank you, Mike.
So the election of officers, we do that every January. I don't know if you guys want to move forward with that now, or put it off to the next meeting.
What do you
Whatever.
think we need to do? They all haven't been approved yet. Right?
Do we do the ECC director's report?
Oh, I'm
excuse me,
terribly
that's
sorry,
right.
I missed that.
It's his fault.
Sorry.
Fortunately, there's not much of an update. We do have a new dispatcher that will be starting on 27th. We have not hired any more since our last meeting here. We've also not lost any employees since then, so we've retained. And then our next scheduled date to hire is going to be sometime in March. And then our training, we've just continued to cross-train. We've got our two latest hires that we hired in November that are still in the first phase of training with their CTOs, but that's what we have.
When you hire somebody, how long does it take them to get fully trained where they can just go work?
Fully trained?
Or do they ever get fully trained?
Eventually, they will get fully trained. It's not done from start to finish, just consecutively. There are periods in between where they're not with a CTO where they are able to work on their own on whatever discipline they've been signed off on. So from the time that they're hired until they can do that, and you know, where they can sign up for overtime and that sort of thing. Trying to think how many hours. It's probably about 2 months what it ends up being.
About 2 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're about.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Any questions?
Oh, yeah, last time, I remember serving, right, you had 3, it used to be about 9 openings, you got down to 3 last meeting?
We still have 3 openings, yes, sir, yeah.
Very good.
Okay, now, we'll go back to the election of officers. I don't know if we need to wait to see who gets approved and who don't, or what do you think, Mayor?
I make a motion, we defer this to next month.
Second.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions? All in favor? All opposed? All right. Now, next thing is the audit, which looked good.
You got copies here. The digital copy was emailed to you last week with the minutes, and there were no findings, and there's still money in the bank.
Excellent.
Page 21 says it all.
Yep.
Look at the last page. Okay, Mike, you got a budget adjustment you want to make?
Do you want to accept the audit?
Oh, excuse me.
Motion approved.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Terry. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you.
And yes, sir, budget adjustment, to move $500 from one insurance line of 4410 to 4253, another insurance item.
Make a
Motion
motion.
approved.
Second.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Paul. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
All right. The next meeting is March 10th, and that's it. Then we will establish a budget committee. We want to have our budget meeting in April, assuming.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, we'll do that at next meeting, right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Schaefer, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
And a second.
Let me
All
ask
right.
Bill, let me ask Bill if it's okay.